Okay, we're back for more COVID Classic. The winner of this one gets a spot in the quarterfinals. We got Kris Chatham on the left and Evan on the right. So we're going to start out with some stand-up. If you remember, Evan had some strong takedowns in his earlier matches. Kris is also known for hitting explosive double legs and takedowns, but I was interested to see how this would play out because Evan is quite a good wrestler. I was wondering if Kris would try to pull guard, but Evan shot in, got the single leg. Kris is hopping around for balance. He's got the jacket, and now he jumps guard. So let's look at that sequence again. Evan's got his grips. Looks like he did like a little duck under. And now he got to the single leg. And what's interesting here is since Kris pulled guard, Evan gets 2 points because Evan initiated the takedown. Right now he's clearly fighting for the single leg. He has picked the leg up. Now it's not a bad move necessarily for Kris to pull guard. It could be a strategy, but you just have to realize you're giving up 2 points. If the guy initiates the takedown and you pull, 2 points for him. If it's just a clean pull and he didn't shoot in, then it would just be nothing. So now we have Kris in a closed guard. Evan's standing up. He's got to look to break the guard open and then start his pass. So he's trying to pin the hips down. That's a good choice. Push the inside of the knee. Now it looks like he's got a cross collar grip. Usually if I look to stand, I'm trying to hold a sleeve and the other hand is going to hold the lapels or make another grip. You don't usually get too much if you're in closed guard to pin your opponent's arms down. So Evan's trying to find a way to pass. Kris has to try to find a way to off balance. Now it looks like he tried for that windmill sweep where he hooks under one leg and tries to kick the guy out to the other side, but Evan base strong. Evan has really good base, so he's going to be tough to sweep. Now Kris looks like he's going for extension on that arm. Now he's attempting a reverse arm lock. Reverse arm locks are usually quite tough to actually get the submission because the guy can turn his hand, but now he should be going omoplata, bring the right leg over the face, but instead he kind of went back a step and goes back to close guard. So Kris gets the right foot on the hip. That's great for extending your opponent's body out. And now he's got his grip. He's on the elbow, but you're going to see Evan start to move his body and turn his hand here. If your opponent's turning your hand, it's going to be tough to kind of find that sweet spot for the submission. But here's where I'm saying Kris should look to rotate that leg in front of Evan's head and then sit up. But he was probably thinking something else, maybe looking to switch to a regular arm lock. So he decided to go back to guard. So we still got Evan playing on top, up 2 points to 0. If Kris could sweep, he would be able to even the score. Now Evan's trying to work around the legs, briefly gets to north-south. Kris turns so he doesn't give up points. Now Kris is in a turtle position. Evan's going to look to get the seatbelt and throw hooks in. Kris looks like he's getting ready to attempt a roll. Now, seatbelt is very important here. Evan wants to keep a very tight chest-to-back connection. And this is a good position because he could throw either hook in. If your opponent's sitting on his butt, you have an opportunity to throw in either hook. And now Evan's hips are riding too high. See how his butt is basically above Kris's upper back? He needs to get his hips over Kris's hips, push himself back. He's sliding off. Kris is doing a good job of staying in tight here. Looks like Evan's working for a Kimura. Now he could try to use this Kimura to try to transition to an arm lock. I would probably try to use the Kimura to transition back to the back and get a better position. But it looks like he's focused on the submission here, which is not a bad idea. He's up 2-0. He can take a little risk. And Kris has got to be careful. He was a little bit of danger there, but he's out. Now he's right into the over-under pass. Very nicely done. Defense right to offense. He steps around the leg. Evan is framing. He's got to get off his back and turn in to try to face Kris. Now Kris is trying to go north-south. And now it looks like he secured the pass. So nicely done by Kris. Evan's doing a good job of framing. He's trying to not let Kris's head travel up too far close to his head. And now Kris is fully secured side control. He should now get his 3 points. So it's 3-2. Evan's got a grip on the jacket, and he hit a strong bridge to take him over. The only problem with this bridge over from bottom side, it doesn't get you any points. It's just considered a reversal. And I'm always so mad at myself when this happens to me. You really got to sit your weight back on your heels. If you're leaning, your weight's in your head and your shoulders, and that's going to let the guy send you over. So just an adjustment that you got to make in side control. More pull him into you than to drive him in. But Kris responded right away. He's trying to look like attached to an arm there. Now he's forced to like an inverted guard. He's got to try to get back to like a square position. Oh, now it looks like he's fishing for that triangle. They're kind of close to the edge of the out of bounds though. So Kris has got the triangle in. It's always tough to tell if these ones are tight. These ones are usually more just kind of like annoying to deal with, honestly. I always call this the garbage triangle. Because if you're in side control, if you're top side control and you get stuck in a triangle, I'm just, in my head, I'm just like, oh, this is garbage. Not saying it's not a valid technique, because it definitely is. And you can see Evan's having to fight. Now they went out of bounds, and that brings up an interesting point. Because you will never see them go out of bounds in IBJJF and reset in the submission. It does not happen. It's either the opponent rolls out of bounds, like he's trying to escape the toe hold, rolls out of bounds, so the opponent will get 2 points, or they start them standing up, and the guy's given 2. Like, Kris they should have just stood them back up, and Kris should have been given 2 points. It kind of cut out, so I couldn't tell if like Evan rolled out of bounds, tried to, or what. But I don't think that was scored properly. But it's all good. Like, it's just a tournament's just for fun. Evan's a good guy. He's not going to care, and he's still very much in the match here. It's just 3-2. But just letting you guys know how it works in IBJJF. You can't, and if you're in like a triangle choke and say you pick up the guy walking out of bounds, you'll get DQ'd. It's more just like if you're rolling out of bounds to defend, or like you're intentionally like, I'm getting out of this, I'm running away, I'm running out of bounds. It's either going to be 2 or a penalty. And I missed the submission because I was talking so much. So Kris went to a front headlock, and now it looks like he's got his grip, and it looks like he hits like a form of a Peruvian necktie where you have the grip, a guillotine grip. I think he had the lapel on that one and got the finish. That was very nicely done. I like the Mortal Kombat graphics too. If I had more time, I would definitely be adding more Mortal Kombat sound effects and visuals.